If you're a Nigerian man who doesn't have money and also who wants to live long in this world, name 2 times what you must avoid at all costs. That's wrong.
Big Nash and Big Nash.
Big Nash and Big Nash is correct. In 8 words, what is the most useless statement you can only find among some African youths?
Do you know how much we bought Ronaldo?
Do you know how much you bought Ronaldo? Is very correct. What is the worst endorsement deal ever recorded in the history? That's very wrong.
Advertising caskets.
That's correct. Hey! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are here again for another interesting quiz competition. As you can see, we have 2 external students who previously lost their bunch of plantain to the Oracle of Knowledge himself, Mr. Juwishi Anozie, and they are here once again to try to beat the Oracle of Knowledge, who has put up his kingship title as usual. But this time, they didn't come alone. They came with their father, who was so disappointed at his 2 children who couldn't answer even 1 question the last time. And this time, their father has vowed to stop the unstoppable himself, Mr. Juwishi Anozie. And as you can see, they came with another bunch of plantain in the hope to win the kingship title. But remember, if either the students or their father can answer even 1 question, they will be smiling home with a bunch of plantain and the kingship title. But if, as usual, Juwishi Anozie does what he's known for by answering all the questions before any other person, that means he has won the competition and maintained his record. But before then, let's hear from both competitions what they have to say before the quiz commences. Sir, so sorry for what happened the last time. Now you are here by yourself to maintain and retain your family reputation. How ready and prepared are you for this quiz competition?
Well, my son, as a doctor as I am, after watching the last competition, I realized that the only person that can face this boy is I myself. Okay? That is why I'm here.
That's very good. I like it. Now that the whole family has come up against you, Mr. Juwishi Anozie, how ready are you to take up this competition?
Of course, I can't be intimidated by these people. But what I want to remind this man here is that quiz competitions are won with fast and correct answers, not by how old you are. So,
normal now.
That's the only thing I can say. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for this competition? Yes! Now, let's go with the first question. In 8 words, what is the most useless statement you can only find among some African youths?
Do you know how much we bought Ronaldo?
Do you know how much you bought Ronaldo? Is very correct. Number 2, if you're a Nigerian man who doesn't have money and also who wants to live long in this world, name 2 times what you must avoid at all costs. That's wrong.
Big Nash and Big Nash.
Big Nash and Big Nash is correct. Jesus. Number 3, if a man is 30 years old now, what will be half of his age in 10 years' time?
20 years.
20 years is correct. Number 4, if a body of 20 kg is moving with 2 meters per second, what is kinetic energy?
40 joules.
40 joules is correct. Number 5, what is the worst endorsement deal ever recorded in the history? That's very wrong.
Advertising caskets.
That's correct. Number 6, name 1 country in the world where you can find many people using their last money in the bank to buy cheap flight ticket, not because they are really going anywhere important, but just because they want to oppress people with departure and arrival pictures. That's wrong.
Nigeria.
Nigeria is correct. Number 7, name 1 and only gender in Nigeria who buys less or no internet with their money, but consumes more internet data than the other gender who buys most of the internet data in Nigeria. Male. That's wrong.
Female.
Female is correct.
Now.
Number 8, you can't hear me without a. True or false?
True.
True is correct. Number 9, as an African student, name 4 saints who are currently sitting with God Almighty in heaven.
John Matthew.
That's wrong.
That's
correct.
That's
correct.
That's
correct. That is very correct. Number 10, which village in Nigeria has the highest number of armed robbers? That's wrong.
Your village.
Your village is correct. Number 11, which of these help a car to move on the ground? A, fear. B, brake. C, friction.
Friction.
Friction is very correct. Number 12, evaluate log 8 base 2.
3.
3 is correct. Number 13, which continent in the world is the only continent where all in the name of religion people have been brutally deceived into believing that all the rivers and lakes in their various villages are all filled with demons, and they have now become very afraid to go and pray to God in those their rivers and lakes. And remember, these are the same rivers and lakes that God used in the past to perform wonders for their ancestors, especially when it comes to healing. But instead of going to those village rivers and lakes to pray to God. They are now trying to connect to some foreign rivers and lakes, which through their foreign religious storybooks, they were somehow deceived into believing that these foreign rivers and lakes are all holier than their own rivers and lakes for prayers. Which continent is that? Afghanistan is wrong.
Africa.
Africa is correct.
I don't want peace.
Number 14.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Jewish. What?
Sir, can I just make one request, please?
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, can we just observe 1 minute silence for Africa, please?
1 minute silence to Africa.
I will soon beat someone's child. I will soon beat someone's
All right.
child.
1 minute silence for Africa. Can we all stand?
Hey, Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
Your hands by the side.
70 years old man.
All right. Let's all be seated. Number 14. As an African student, name 4 holy rivers, lakes or streams you know in the world.
River Jordan and Red Sea.
That's wrong.
Correct.
Correct. Correct.
Atamananka.
Atamananka, that's correct. Number 15. 2 meters per second square, 2 meters per second, 2 cm per second. Which of these is acceleration?
2 meters per second square.
2 meters per second square, correct. Number 16. 2 plus half of 30 is?
17.
17 is correct. Number 17.
But I don't know what you mean by terrorist.
If as an African student, your man or woman of God have been prophesying and telling you about everything that will happen from the beginning of every year to the end of that same year, and he or she will always claim that his or her God told him or her to tell you on every first day of January that this and that will happen in that particular year, when in reality, God never said anything to him or her. Not to talk of God asking him or her to tell you anything. And none of those, his or her so-called prophecy, has ever come to pass in the last decade. But instead of you, the oracle of gullibility, to ask a simple question, which could be, for example, what the hell is going on with this whole failed New Year prophecies? But you refuse to ask this very important question, but rather, on your usual brain reverse manner, you are already waiting patiently and loyally to swallow yet another failed on arrival 2024 so-called prophecies without even any check and balance, or at least removing the so-called prophecy nylon before swallowing it as usual. What then is inside your coconut skull? That's wrong.
Palm oil and salt.
Palm oil and salt, that's correct. Number 18. If Emeka bought 3 books for 500 naira and sold them for 750 naira, what is the profit percent of Emeka?
50%.
50% is correct. Number 19.
God
Which of the public machines in Nigeria will you find almost 99% of those public machines containing some high level of atomic germs due to some high level of negligence from the machine owners or operators, as many of them have turned those machines into some dirty dustbins which usually contaminate our food on daily basis and also contribute to so many sicknesses across the country, which often leads to so much death in Nigeria. Village people is wrong.
Public grinding machine.
Public grinding machine is correct. Number 20, and this is the last question. To all our fans who have supported us either by watching, liking, or commenting, or sharing our videos, this month of December, what part of their body would you like thunder to fire?
Center of the Anyas.
Center of the Anyas is wrong.
No part of their body.
No part of their body. That is correct. Ladies and gentlemen, the oracle of knowledge said Juwishi Anozie has won the questions again, has returned his title and the bunch of plantain. Let's put our hands together.
This is nonsense.
Oh,
This is nonsense. A Yoruba man can never be a saint. This is nonsense.
silence everybody. Now is the time for the official results.
At this point, I'm open for criticism. Am I doing too much?
By the power vested on me as Professor Emeritus, I hereby declare the official result for the day. Juwishi Anozie scored 20/20, while the visiting students and their father scored 0%. Thank you very much.
My friend, this is nonsense. I don't like it. This is a partiality. A Yoruba man cannot be a saint. I disagree with Ifa Junior. Take away this nonsense. Take it away from this place. Take it away. That's nonsense. Take it away, my friend. Let go.
Congratulations, Jewish Anozie, yet again for retaining your title and winning the bunch of plantain. How does this make you feel?
Of course, I feel very good.
Yeah.
Like I always say, it's going to be a walk in the park. And what I have to remind people today is that quiz competitions are not won by the number of age that you have.
Yes.
Quiz competitions are won by correct and fast answers. So this is what I have demonstrated. So next location.